everybody.
What's up?
So, yeah, it's taken us a minute to get this recap in from Duke last week. It's a weird time to come on, but we're in Arizona, and
it's like 5 o'clock almost. Yeah.
Is it 5 o'clock here?
No,
there.
Mm-hmm.
You know
You
what 5 o'clock means? It's
I have
5
water.
o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
I feel like that is really reflecting on me. Hi, Stacy.
The sun just kind of came out a little bit.
I know. It's been a cloudy day and it's freaking cold here. Like somebody said they saw it snowing in Tucson. I'm not a fan. But it is. That's better. It is really pretty here. I'll have to show you the view. Anyway, we went to Duke last week. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to try to talk quickly. So if you guys watched the video of hi Elizabeth, of the flight, Angel Flight. Anyway, won't go into detail on that because you could watch the video, but it was interesting. You liked it.
Yeah, it was big six. Well, it's a big 6-seater. You saw the plane on the video. It doesn't look like much of a plane.
It's little. Oh
but
my
for
God.
like a private type,
Yeah.
like prop plane, turboprop plane, 6-seater, I could stretch my legs out. Like, this is great.
I had to put my purse on one side to balance out the weight, but there's that.
It was fine. The flight was pretty, a little bit of turbulence at the end. She got a little nervous about that, but
Well, I mean, it was turbulent enough that it brought me out of my seat and I hit my head on the ceiling, but I don't know what's to be nervous about. Not that far of a fall out of the sky.
plane corrects itself, right? Like you said. So that was good. We landed there, and then we got a Uber.
Yeah, got an Uber. But then we got to the hotel, and John had to be there in the morning, early, 8. Doesn't matter.
No,
In the morning.
7:30. I do labs. Oh my God. So I show up to do labs, blood work, and normally they take, I don't know, 3 or 4 vials of blood. And I sit down, and this person's got, it's like,
I wish you took a picture of it.
I wish I did.
You've got to
There's
get
like
better about
15, 18 vials to fill. She goes, I hope you're hydrated. And I'm like, what? I think I actually said this. I said, what in the hell is that? And she said, well, this is all, for the trial. And I'm like, what? How many trials are we doing? She's like, well, these 3 are for the doctors, and then all of these are for the trial. I was like, oh man, that's not gonna be good. But I was hydrated, so it went much faster than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
So
blood, and then it was a weird day because you go and we don't really know what to expect because it's all brand new. I'm sure it'll become more normal, but so just to recap, we go. Well, I can't even go to the next one, but he's going every 2 weeks for 6 weeks, and then once a month for 18 months or whatever.
Yeah, basically I go March 1st, March 15th, and then we're done with that first kind of round, and then I go back at the end of March, and then we do new MRI, a new MRI and blood work, and then they decide whether I stay on the trial or whether we do something else, have regrowth or whatever. So that's the next big, like, test, as long as nothing happens, headaches or craziness or whatever before then.
Yeah. So, So when he went in, we've learned already that with clinical trials anything can happen, and we're at the mercy of whatever they say or do or want us to do. So we went in and learned quickly also that they changed the study. So he was supposed to go in, get a vaccination in one leg, a vaccination part A, and part B
Friday.
in the other leg, And
like 2 hours later.
Yeah, and so one of them, A, is the vaccine component of like the cytomegalovirus, the CMV, and B was like the booster to make it all work better.
To boost your immune system.
Yeah, to boost your immune system.
Fire it up.
Mm-hmm. So we get there expecting that was going to happen, but what they had discovered on the people before John, and they just barely changed this, I guess, was that the B was causing people to have really high fevers and chills and going to the emergency room. So they decided they're going to go just do away with that part and just do A. But now they're going to separate A into two different vaccines. So still get one in each leg, and it's in the high upper groin. He won't let me post the pictures that I took.
I draw a line.
Oh, he's sitting
There's a line
with his jaws down around his ankles. I said he's going to start planning his underwear properly because
it's fine. The underwear.
It was fine, but they could be funnier. Like
really,
I'm finding some underwear that are going to be just for clinic days. You are. They're going to be funny. Surely I can come up with something. I can.
I'm sure you can.
It'll be.
Anyway, so that was on Thursday, and they on Thursday they did a pre-injection of TB, right? No.
TD. Tetanus diphtheria booster with saline,
and that was not too bad, I guess. Small needle, little injection, and then we walked to lunch, and we found a ride back to the hotel, and we hung there.
Well, it was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day, right? So it was very romantic. They had a dinner downstairs, or kind of a Valentine's Day dinner. So we went down there and did the Valentine's Day.
I went off
dinner.
keto for the day.
She did, for sure.
They had creme brulee.
The creme brulee she's out.
Oh my God. So anyway, then the next day we go back. He has to give more blood, get more labs drawn.
Because it's something with
his liver,
creatinine and
something else,
some other
serum.
liver thing. They said we got to check something else, and it should come back down in a normal range. And I'm like, wow, okay, fine. So they did another couple vials. Actually, that was one. That was quick, and then I went up.
But it takes an hour and a half to make the serum.
Yeah,
you can't make it until you get there and get
semen
checked out. And
we found out that another little roll of the punches, the nurse in the research study who's been with us the entire time, Kim,
was there on Thursday.
Was there on Thursday and did everything. All of a sudden she's gone. She's like, she doesn't work here anymore.
She didn't tell you. We're like,
no, okay. So I don't know who you are, but I guess you're taking over.
Yeah, we have two new people that we don't know. But
they
again, roll with the punches. Yep. Roll with the punches. And so got the vaccines, both injections, and did what they said. It was supposed to bubble up and then it went away, but they said each time will be a bigger bubble and a bigger looking scar tissue area.
It's angry now.
Is it?
Like they said.
They said it would get angry, but they also said that unless you're wearing a Speedo at the beach, no one will ever know. So you'll have to
we're
stop
safe
doing
there.
That.
Yeah. Well, I had the G-string. I guess I'll have to put that away.
Please put it away. Oh my God. And
so at 11 o'clock, I get a call from the Angel Flight guy who's confirmed yesterday, and that morning we had confirmed, and there was a little bit of rain potentially. He's like, I can fly in the rain, no problem. I'm like, okay, good. Pam was a little nervous, but at least we'd have a flight home. And like 11 o'clock in the morning, he's like, I'm canceling the mission because we have to leave so late. There's I'm worried about flying in the rain and the dark, and there's some, and it's just not safe for me on the way back. And I was like, well, dude, I want you to crash your plane and die. That's fine. We'll figure it out. So we
rented a car.
We rented a car. Drove back, which was fine. Actually, it was an easy drive. There wasn't usually we have bad traffic. It wasn't bad.
No, wasn't bad.
And that was it. So had.
No, I said I was thinking like what the injections felt like. It was so he's back in this chair like a recliner, flat out with his pants down, and
They put some numbing. They gave us a prescription for this numbing cream. So we had to get the prescription and we put it on. I put it on like before. It's a little bit. They weren't as organized as I was hoping. And then as she's pulling out this freaking dagger to jab it into my groin area, she's like, "Oh, by the way."
Groin.
Yeah.
Very high.
She's like, "Oh, by the way."
It's questionable when they go and check for the pulse. They're just going to check your pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pam's like, "Hey, easy there."
Easy.
I was like, "A little high, maybe a little high." So so I got this. I put this cream on like an hour ahead of time, and they're like, "Okay, good." And then, she's checking, and she's like, you didn't put any of the elastic stuff on there?" And I said, "I know what you're talking about." I said, "You gave me this thing. You guys told me to put it on ahead of time. I got a little nervous to put it on while I was in the waiting room because I didn't know what was going on, and I did not want it to be not there." So anyway, she's like, "Oh yeah, probably most of that wiped off. What you really need to do is put this
Next time.
Next time."
Here's
I'm like,
what you do next
time. You get the dagger in your hand, and you're telling me anyway. So it did work. It was definitely, especially on the left side, it was more.
But it took a while. So they go in just below the skin, so not into the muscle, just below the skin. But she's like, and then pulls it out, puts it in, pulls it out, puts it in, and they just go a little bit.
It's like goo.
The serum is like glue. Actually, it's very thick, and so she's like, "Sorry, it's just really thick." You do all that in one leg, and then in the other leg. I got video of that too that I could post. No. Okay. So you're such a baby.
I'm a baby.
You are. And then
seriously, I have to put up with.
Anyway.
All right, so that was the injection. What else?
Yeah, and then it was fine.
Well,
you were not fine. You were salty. Oh my god.
I was not.
Wow, you were hard for a couple
Look,
days there.
my head was pounding on the way home. I had a headache, and then I got home and it was worse, and I was exhausted. So I went to sleep. I had volleyball the next day. Beanie had a tournament, and then I was helping coach this tennis team. So I went to sleep thinking, man, I don't know. This is. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get up. My head's killing me. But the morning I woke up, felt pretty good. Didn't take any Aleve or Advil or aspirin or Tylenol or whatever, and it's been pretty good.
You didn't apologize either for yelling at me, but not that I'm thinking about it very much. Just saying, JoJo's a witness.
I was a little agitated.
I know.
And rightly so.
Okay. All right. I gotta be the punching bag. I guess I gotta be the punching bag.
You're the punching bag.
Anyway, so I want to tell you guys though about this story. When I was waiting in the waiting room, John had gone back for something, and I was waiting in the waiting room. There was this sweet. You keep kicking the table, which kicks the camera, and it's gonna fall over. Okay. Anyway, this sweet man, I don't know, how old do you think he was?
This is not
25?
fake book right here.
We don't do fake book very well.
This is the real bullshit that I have to put up with.
Oh my god. Really? No, he was so sweet. What do you think, 75? He was there with his wife, who was not doing good. She has glio. This was glio clinic day. Anyway, lives in Myrtle Beach, and oh my god, he was so sweet. And he starts asking me all these questions, and he starts pulling out his research. He still has an AOL address, mind you. And he's like, I don't know how to look this stuff up, but I found all this stuff. And he's pulling out stuff about bee pollen, and I don't know. He went and had copies made and gave it to me. But man, this man, I just wanted to cry.
Yeah,
he was doing everything he could to save his wife, and she's not trying. He said she doesn't get out of bed, she doesn't eat, she doesn't do anything. She's just.
And this is their first time at Duke,
Yeah.
there at Myrtle Beach, and the guy at Myrtle Beach clearly is not any kind of a, brain cancer type expert. They're definitely at the right place, and lucky
He didn't
to
know
go that
about
close.
Autism. He didn't know about
Yeah,
any
it's
of
just
those
early.
things.
They were. She
Well,
was.
she was diagnosed before you,
Was she?
September.
She had radiation. She's
But
clearly
it
been
hit,
doing radiation.
yeah, I think he said hers was not operable.
Yes. That's
But
right.
boy, that just broke my heart. I just felt it. He's so desperate, so desperately trying. But it was a great reminder for us
Yeah.
about how lucky we are to have you guys, to have our research team, to have our nutrition team, to have everybody.
Yeah. I can't imagine trying to do this
No,
on your
I
own.
can't imagine.
No.
He doesn't know how to navigate a computer, and he's just calling everybody he could. He called the guy who created Speedball and stuff. Oh my God! Like, it was so sad, and I hope they got some good answers
Some options.
on that day.
Yeah.
But it was a good reminder for us, and we're very, very grateful, always, you guys, for all of you, and for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a good team. Got a good team of people making shit happen.
Yep.
Yep. That's a huge stress load off, for sure. So thank you. And then, I don't know, do you want to talk about Bob? Our emotions are all over the place. I've been a little weepy.
It's a lot
It's
of
a roller coaster
roller
right
coaster
now.
stuff. Yeah.
And the other thing that sucks is, like, we came here and we're at this conference, and John's like one of the big dogs of the big dogs, and we walked in. We thought everybody was going to know about it, but nobody knew. People weren't recognizing him. Yesterday, when we were just we got here, and we're trying to get our room, and everybody's like, "Oh, nice new statement. You got a new fashion statement with that hairdo. What made you do that?" We're like,
brain cancer, and they're like, "What?
"What?
Really? Yeah.
Oh my God."
Oh, and so
Yeah, talk about
it's strange, but it's what are they gonna? They don't know.
I know they don't.
And they certainly
But it's
wouldn't.
also weird. Like, oh, what are we supposed to say? We're supposed to say, "Oh, haha, no, I just tried to try it out," or do you just say,
No.
"Well, I'm brain cancer,"
Yeah.
which is what we did.
Yeah.
And it just makes for very awkward moments.
They've been really good, and a lot of support, just like everybody else, which has been great.
Yeah,
and
somebody wants to take you out in the desert for some peyote.
Yeah. The peyote definitely was not on the regiment.
I don't think
haven't
so.
seen it yet. No.
It could be.
I'm sure it's somebody
I
selling
don't
it.
know. Worth a try.
Yeah.
So
I got a call at lunch from a friend of mine, Bob, who
sort of been our guiding light through this whole thing.
He's like 4-year survivor.
He's a new friend. He's a friend since this.
Yeah, since this, and he's had like 3 years where he had no regrowth, and then he had regrowth late last year, mid last year, I guess, June, July, and they did at Duke the polio study. He got involved in that. It looked like it was working great. Last MRI he had said it looked like it was eating away the tumor that he had, and everything was really good. Well, talked to him today, and he said had some complications, brain swelling, kind of lost feeling and motion on the left side of his body last week, and he's been kind of slowly gaining it back. Now he can walk, but he's with a walker, and off of the study now, and back on some other stuff that he was doing before. So that was
deflating.
that's too bad. I mean, that's a bummer. I mean, that study is one that's a big one at Duke that they've been doing. Yeah, and that they've seen some really good results from. And who knows? It's one person, and he's still doing well and trying some other things, which shows that there's a lot of options that are out there, like we always said. But whenever you hear bad news from a friend, that's
well, someone who's not just a friend, but it's truly he's been like
he's like the mentor. Yeah, he's like
your mentor.
This is what I did. Here's how it worked. is why, I don't know why, it's worked well for me, but this is what I've done. And he introduced us to different people, and he's really a big fighter in the community, and raises a lot of money and awareness for brain cancer research, and feels very positive that there's a lot of good things that are coming, and just needs funding like everybody does. So
yeah, but just to see him sort of get knocked down like quickly.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah, the last time I talked to him was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's been doing great.
Mm-hmm.
That was fast to take that. Anyway.
Stressful.
That's stress.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
it makes the little seeds of doubt get a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them when they grow.
No.
I like to keep them way back.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the far dark corners.
Ignorance is bliss.
Let's stay ignorant.
Yeah.
Don't talk about anyone. Oh, that's terrible. What else? Oh, so that's the other thing is we're trying to figure out. We're here at this conference until Wednesday, and then we are not going home till Friday. And so we were thinking, let's go to Sedona and do some mystical, magical healing somewhere. And I can't quite find the right place.
Well,
Plus,
it's also 20 degrees
cold.
here. It's
yeah,
so cold.
It's so cold. And it's supposed to snow in Sedona.
Yeah, snow and
I don't know how
sleet
the vortexes work
yeah,
in the snow and freezing.
Yeah,
Might
I
not
think
be
it's
quite
gonna
as
be gross.
strong.
But we got a couple days to figure it out. We don't
Yeah.
have any plans right now. Our flight right now
No,
is
so if
Friday.
anybody has any good ideas that we just have to do while we're here, we're flying out of Phoenix. We're in Tucson. We could make a massive day trip and go to the Grand Canyon, or
I don't think we're gonna do that either. I think it's supposed to be gross.
I know
rain
we
and
won't
snow
even be able
here.
to see. I don't know. Anybody got any good ideas for what to do? It's magical healing somewhere.
There's apparently some bubble place close to here, like a community or something that's like all in like a vacuum.
Oh, is that the biosphere?
That's it. Yeah, it's biosphere.
Saw that.
Yeah, so that's here,
Mm-hmm.
and a couple other places. So you
Anyway.
might check those out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
So next stop is but you had good news about your platelets.
What?
They were still good.
Yeah, they're 114. So they had.
What?
Well, they were 116, and then they dropped to 114. But that's not much of a drop. It's just so they they seem to be stable, and all the other counts all look good. They were just concerned about this.
Creatinine.
Yeah, and this other liver stuff. But they said the second test came back; it was better, and that's why they let us kind of continue on. But that's the other thing that's really stressful. It's like it's always something. It's like,
And
oh,
you're
well,
on
you
the
got
brink of
it's like, well,
falling off the edge.
you got in because you had CMV, and then you chose to do this study, so you're in. And then, well, you're not quite in because your platelet count's low. And then your platelet count coming back, yeah, you're in. Don't worry about anything else. And, oh, but now your creatinine is low, and maybe your liver enzymes.
We'll have to check that
we
again.
have to check that again before you really start. And we got to sign off on it. And I'm like, Jesus, it's got to be perfect. Yeah.
Back and forth, back and forth. Crazy. It's emotional.
Yep.
For God's sake, I can't take it. I can't take it. I'll take it. And I'll take your shit too. Maybe.
Well, I have to take your shit a lot. So.
No, you don't. Mine is not nearly as salty.
GC's
GC, are you coming up to our room?
GC's coming up. We'll do a little business plan.
We got our wine delivered.
Yeah. No, they shorted us a bottle of wine.
I know.
Everyone got what wine
GC
from?
got two, because he got 2 rooms.
Yeah. Everyone came in, yeah, wine. We came in, we got, $6 bottle of water. I have to pay for it.
Oh, God.
But they recouped, so we got the wine. All right.
Okay.
Are we done?
I think we're done, people. Sorry it took a while. I know a lot of people were following up, and some people said we made them nervous because we were quiet, but it was just crazy because we got back late Friday night. He was not nice, as I mentioned. I just stopped myself from saying you were an asshole. You were. Rightfully so. Look, GC says he's got 3 bottles. He's coming up.
8006.
5006.
Oh, there's no eighth floor.
Oh my God.
5006.
then we had volleyball all day. Yes, and then we literally started packing for this trip at midnight Saturday night, and then left.
That's been a lot. It's good to actually, you can kind of just hang out here because there's not that much to do when it's not warm outside.
That's true. So anyway.
All right.
See, thank you, Lana. She said be nice. Need a minute before I come? No, GC, we don't actually. Did you just hear this bickering?
All right, come on, let's
all right.
finish.
Thank you guys so
Thanks.
much. Thank you. And if we find some great healing fountain of youth, we'll go live. If not, who knows when we'll go live? I don't freaking know. Anyway, we're just going by the seat of our pants here, people. That's it.
Beat you under volleyball tournament, so that was good.
Which was
That was
exciting.
fun.
We missed it, but it was exciting. Yes, I do, Karen. I need a night out with you. Coming soon. All right.
Yeah,
You're done.
I'm done.
You're gonna be nice for the rest of the week.
Probably not. I'll try.
I can be meaner than you.
Yes, you can.
All right. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good week.